Welcome to Shalom Achshov on the Dash, your sponsor, Nishma Sarab Yakasholom Le'abas Yitzchok. We're holding in Sanhedrin Daf Chof. The Gemara with base tells us, Shosh Mitzvos Nitztavu Yisrael B'Kristosam Lord. So Am Yisrael went into Eretz Yisrael. They received three mitzvahs. What are the three mitzvahs they received? They received the mitzvah of building a Beis HaMikdash. They received the mitzvah of appointing a king. And they received the mitzvah of Mechias Amalek. Now, why specifically these three mitzvahs, and why specifically when they go into Eretz Yisrael? My Rabbi Moshe Shapir Zatzal used to say that the connection of these three mitzvahs is that all these things have to do with bechira, with free will. Why? We know that melech, king, has to do with bechira. Ein melech belo yam, you need to have a nation, and you have to have malchus berotzon. Famous, the words of the Vilna Gaon, that the difference between a melech and a moishel is that a melech is berotzon, is willingly, and a moishel is appointed forcefully. So a melech has to do with a bechira. Beis HaMikdash, very interesting thing in Beis HaMikdash, it says, Ki hamokam sheyivchar Hashem, Baruch is going to choose the place, but in addition it says that Am Yisrael need to go and look for the place. Rabbi Shapira used to bring Rav Isaac Sher, there was Medayik in the Psukim. When you look at Parshas Re'eh, who speaks about Beis HaBechira, so in the beginning when it speaks about our Grizim and our Evil, there's a very clear description where it is, even though the Gemara argues where exactly it is, but there's a clear description. Etc. When it comes to Beis HaMikdash, it just says the words, Ki hamokam sheyivchar Hashem, it doesn't say where it is. And David HaMelech had to work very hard to figure out where Beis HaMikdash is. So it has to do with our bechir, with our choice. We have to figure it out. We have to do it from our own. And Amalek, Ramesh used to explain, is Amalek is the example of bechira bera. He chose bad. Usually there's a challenge between good and bad. The Amalek is considered to be kulayra. And now why is this have to do with going into Eretz Yisrael? So what my Rebbe meant to say is that we know that bechira becomes more stronger in Eretz Yisrael, because in the Midbar, you have a Kodesh Baruch Hu there. Ayin be'ayin yiru. So if you have a Kodesh Baruch Hu there in front of your eyes, the bechira is more limited. You go into Eretz Yisrael, there's more of a bechira. So therefore, these mitzvahs have to do with Eretz Yisrael because they're nekudas bechira, and they have to do with a time when bechira becomes more essential. I wanted to suggest a little differently, and I told it to my Rebbe, that the common denominator between the three things is these three mitzvahs have to do with Am Yisrael as a nation. Am Yisrael are the ones who are choosing a king. Ein melech belo yam. Am Yisrael are the ones that they have to build Beis HaMikdash. The whole difference between Beis HaMikdash and Abama is that Abama is done for every individual. Beis HaMikdash is done for the nation. It's a thing that has to do with the nation. And Mechias Amalek, according to many, Minchas Chinuch is only a mitzvah on the nation, on the Am. So these three mitzvahs, the common theme of these three mitzvahs is that a mitzvah that was given to the nation. And why that has to do with going to Eretz Yisrael? Because the Maharal explains that Am Yisrael did not become a full nation until they went to Eretz Yisrael. We're going to get to that later in this Masechta. The Gemara is going to tell us that the concept of Arvus, that Kol Yisrael are Ravim Zelazeh, only started once they went into Eretz Yisrael. So the Maharal learns from there, Arvus means that Am Yisrael is all one nation, everybody's responsible for the other. And Am Yisrael becomes a full nation only once they go into Eretz Yisrael. Only then they become a full Am. So that's why only then there's a din of Arvus. Mimele makes a lot of sense. You have the Am Yisrael is going to Eretz Yisrael, becoming a full nation. You have three mitzvahs, Shnitztav Yisrael, B'Knisosam La'aretz, three mitzvahs that Am Yisrael gets in order to go to Eretz Yisrael and to become a full nation, the mitzvahs that belong to the Am. Another He'oro Niflo that comes out on these three mitzvahs, and this I was zoichet to say it to my Rebbe, and Rebbe agreed with me, is like this. Where are these three mitzvahs mentioned? The mitzvah of building Beis HaMikdash is mentioned in Parshas Re'eh, beginning of Parshas Re'eh. The mitzvah of appointing a king is the next parsha, Shoftim v'Shoitim Titan Lecha. And the mitzvah of Mechias Amalek is mentioned Keyadu in the end of Parshas Kiteitzeh. That's where we have Zochas Asher Asah Lecha Amalek. Three consecutive parshas with the three mitzvahs Shnitztavu Yisrael B'Knisosam La'aretz. V'nira loymar, that we know Sefer Devarim is the hachana to go into Eretz Yisrael. Parshas Eikev is the parsha of Eretz Yisrael. It starts, the Parshas Eikev has the Indian of Eretz Yisrael, the Ruchni and the Gashri, as Rabbeinu Chai explained. On one hand, we have Eretz Chita v'Soyer Gevin Tein of Yerimoin, the Gashmi fruits that grow in Eretz Yisrael. And then we have what the Torah tells us, Eretz Asher Einei Elkech Hashem Bo Mireish Hashana v'Adachas Shana. Because always he has Ashgach in Eretz Yisrael. So Parshas Ekev is the introduction to what Eretz Yisrael is all about. And the following three parshas, each one of them has one of these mitzvahs. Parshas Rei, the mitzvah Beis Hamikdash, Parshas Shoftim, the mitzvah of the Melech, and Parshas Ki Teitzeh, the mitzvah of B'ches HaMolek. And after that's also included in the name of the parsha. Because the Beis Hamikdash is called Oyra Shalolim, as the light. Parshas Rei, Loshen Re'iyah. Shoftim, we speak about the Shoftim, V'Shoftim, the ones in charge. There you have the Melech. Ki Teitzeh Milchama, war, then you have Amalek. So when we're speaking about the parshas that are preparing Am Yisrael to go to Eretz Yisrael, we say what Eretz Yisrael is all about, and then we give the three mitzvahs Shenitztav Yisrael B'Kisasam La'aretz, each one in the next parsha, and each one in a parsha on its own, a preparation for Am Yisrael to go to Eretz Yisrael. Anyone who wants to join the Shomachshava email us to WhatsApp group, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.